Judicial Watch lawsuits and legal actions under the National Voter Registration Act has forced 5 million dirty names to be removed from the rolls. We are relentless. You may already know, because I say it as much as I can, and I will say it again and again, Judicial Watch lawsuits and legal actions under the National Voter Registration Act has forced 5 million dirty names to be removed from the rolls. 5 million dirty voter names. These are names that shouldn't have been on the rolls. They should have been removed because they were old, moved away, or died. And New York City removed 1 million names or so. LA County removed over 1 million names. Here in DC, they removed a bunch of names. Pennsylvania, Colorado, Kentucky, you name it. But there's still much more heavy lifting to be done. 5 million is just a portion of the dirty names that are on the rolls nationally. And that's why we filed new lawsuits in Oregon, Illinois, and California to clean up the rolls in those states. Because LA County may have cleaned up the rolls, but other counties in the states are a mess. In California states, in the California, excuse me, it's getting late, in California are a mess. And so what happened is the various state bodies and left-wing interest groups went to court to try to stop our cases from going forward. And over the last 2 weeks, we had 3 different courts authorize our cases to go forward, as I describe in this video here.
Hey everyone, big news. Judicial Watch lawsuits were approved to move forward in 3 different federal courts the last few weeks to clean up the voter rolls in 3 different states: Illinois, California, Oregon. Millions of names are on the rolls, our lawsuits allege, that should not be there. Dirty names need to be removed from the rolls under federal law. Now, of course, our heavy lifting has already caused the removal of 5 million names from the rolls nationally, but as we say, millions more still need to be cleaned. So not only will these lawsuits proceed, but we're also investigating other states to make sure their rolls are being kept up to date as federal law requires.
Yeah, in Oregon, the rolls are a real mess. A big victory there that our case is going forward. Now, the cases are going forward not as much as we want them to. They're going forward in a way that allows us to try to get the rolls cleaned up, but they were curtailing our rights elsewhere. So we've still got some fights there. But major, major victories in each of the 3 states. It's just incredible. Oregon, listen to the rolls, listen to the voter roll data in Oregon. 29 of Oregon's 36 counties removed few or no registrations as required by election law. Meaning they didn't take one name off the rolls in some jurisdictions in Oregon. You know how many people leave a jurisdiction over the course of several years? But we're talking potentially among all the 3 states, millions of names that should be removed that haven't been yet. Oregon and 35 of its counties have an overall registration rate exceeding 100%. Okay, think about that number for a second. Let's say you've got 100 voters, and all 100 voters are registered to vote. That's 100% registration rate. If you have 105% registration rate, that means you have more people on the rolls than are living there and eligible to vote. Meaning they're not supposed to be there. It's a pretty good indication that if you got more people on the rolls that are actually living there and eligible to vote, they're not cleaning up the rolls. And to have those astonishing numbers in 35 counties at the time we looked at this information, it's astonishing. Oregon has the highest known inactive registration rate of any state in the nation. And by inactive, it's kind of a term of art the government officials use. It's people who are disappeared, really. They're still on the rolls, but they're not active as voters. And some of them are being asked, are you still there? And they're still not providing any feedback. They're not voting, they're not responsive. And they're just left on the rolls for year after year after year, long after they should be removed, as federal law requires. So we're not like coming in and making some crazy partisan argument. Otherwise, California wouldn't have settled with us initially. New York City settled with us because we said you haven't been removing the names. And they basically said, okay, we will. Please stop suing us. And we did, because we got what we wanted out of them. So it's not like it's a liberal versus conservative perspective. It is, are you doing these basic competencies when it comes to maintaining accurate voting lists? It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but you got to take steps to remove people after a period of time once they stop voting or move away. And there are ways to ascertain that quite simply. You ask, hey, you didn't vote. Are you still there? And if they don't respond or otherwise vote for a period of 2 federal elections, remove them. That's all they got to do. We now have 3 federal lawsuits against 3 states to clean up potentially millions of rolls. Illinois, another state that's a mess. Let's see what the worst is going on in Illinois. Unless I forget how bad things are. 23 counties with a combined total of 980,000 registered voters removed just 100 voters among all of them. So you had 39 counties who collectively removed 100 voters. And they've got almost 1 million on the rolls. It's got to be at least 200,000 they should have removed, by my guesstimate. We'll find out through the litigation. California admitted 21 counties removed 5 or fewer registrations in a 2-year period pursuant to the federal law, which is the National Voter Registration Act. 16 counties removed 0 such registrations during that period. And this is like shooting fish in the barrel in terms of, is there any question they're not following the law? So as I noted in the in the statement I made at the beginning of this segment, we're also investigating the latest series of data made available under federal law and from the states about their voting roll cleanup efforts. And if there are other states or current states that we're already suing, they're even more of a mess than we know, we will pursue litigation where we can. Again, Judicial Watch has already cleaned up 5 million names from the rolls. There are millions more that still need to be removed in states like Illinois, Oregon, and California. We sued to get the rolls cleaned up. Those suits were allowed and authorized to move forward just in the last 10 to 14 days. Full speed ahead to clean up the voter rolls in Judicial Watch. Thank you, Americans who support our work. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. This is just tremendous. And this is on top of the fact we're in the Supreme Court already related to the issue of whether or not you can be counting ballots that arrive after Election Day. Like I said, if there's anyone doing more for election integrity in the United States, I want to meet them. In the meantime, we are the nation's leader. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.